What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream from Scalar Learning, where we're doing all sorts of math test preps related to ACT, SAT, IC, you name it. We're trying to cover it here. And today we are back on track with some ACT stuff. Now, I've been doing a lot of timed test taking where I'm actually taking the tests in timed conditions, and usually people have been responding really positively to that. But for today's live stream, what we're doing is for the next few weeks, we're going to be going through a book called the 5-pound, the 5-pound book of ACT stuff or whatever from Manhattan Prep. And let me just get that title exactly right. The 5-pound book of ACT practice problems. And I looked at this resource and I thought it was pretty cool. So for people who are using it, I wanted to make some video explanations for the math section. And what's decent about it is that it's organized by math subjects. So for example, there's 115 pre-algebra problems and 85 elementary algebra, so on and so forth. So you can you can stack the problems by category. Actually, it's a really good thing. You want to approach things in a targeted way. And once you find your weak areas, say, okay, well, I'm going to focus on this section or that section or whatever. So today we're starting off right at the beginning of the math section. It's not going to be timed, so it's going to be a bit of a more thorough analysis of these problems, but still relatively quick. And we got a setup here with the calculator up top, and we're shooting for, I believe, 1 through 19 today. All right, here we go. And if you got questions, make sure to post them in the question section or leave them in the comments below. Alexa drove 5 2/3 miles from home to school, then taking a different route, she drove 4 3/5 miles back home. What was the total distance in miles? So basically, what she's gone this far, 5 2/3, and then she's gone back another 4 3/5. They want to know the total, aka they just want to add these up. So we're going to say 5 2/3 plus 4 3/5, but we need common denominators to do that. I'm going to look for 15. I like that, so I multiply this by 5. But if I multiply the denominator, I have to multiply the numerator as well. That's the balance of fractions, and this one would be 3 3 to get 15 here. Now we have 5 10 15ths, plus here we have 4, and 3 times 3 is 9 15ths. Now we just add the whole numbers, and we add the fractions. We get 9 for the whole number. 10 plus 9 is 19 15ths. So this is a improper fraction, so we can pull out an entire whole from this, pull out 1/15 over 15, make this 10, and then we're left over with 4 15ths, right? We pull 15 out from the top to get a whole, and we're left with 4, and our final answer is 10 4 15ths, D. Okay, next, in unusual circular clock, I'm going to draw a circle real quick. An unusual circular clock. And again, I'm doing these problems for the first time. I haven't looked at them. I haven't prepped for this, so you're seeing me, excuse me, you're seeing me solve in real time. So we will check the answers at the end. An unusual circular clock rotates at a constant rate to keep time. If it rotates 45 degrees every 2 hours, how many degrees will it rotate in 24 hours? Well, we could set up a proportion, and we don't need a circle. We could set up a proportion like this if you want. In 2 hours, it rotates 45 degrees. In 24 hours, right? Hours on the top, degrees on the bottom. It'll rotate how many degrees? We don't know. Now we got a proportion set up, which is pretty good. We can cross multiply. We got 2x equals 24 times 45. 24 times 45, which is 1,080. And then we're going to divide both sides by 2. This I can do mentally. And we have 540 degrees. Next. Alberto used 1 1/3 cups of milk in one recipe and 2 1/4 cup in another. How much milk in cups did Alberto use in the 2 recipes? So again, we're talking about fraction addition because we want the total. So we're adding these 2 together. Again, we need common denominators. So I like 4 and 3 both go into 12. So I'm going to multiply this by 4 and this one by 3 over 3. Now I have 1 4/12 plus 2 3/12. And we've got, add the whole numbers, add the fractions, and we have 3 7/12. Right? We're only adding the numerators, never the denominators. 3 7/12. All right. Next, Umberto scored 14, 15, 19, 13 in 4 separate basketball games. How many points must he score in the upcoming 5th game to average 16 points for the 5 games? So the setup here is, first of all, how do we calculate the mean? We add up all the values, 14, 15, 19, 13, and then one unknown because we're adding in a 5th game. So 1x, and we're taking the average of these 5 games, so we have to divide by the number of games, which is 5, and we want this to equal 16. You see how I sort of set up a mean equation to calculate the mean here. And then now we just isolate. So 14 plus 15 plus 19 plus 13 plus 13 equals 61. 61 plus x over 5 equals 16. Then we're going to multiply both sides by 5. These cancel out. 61 plus x equals 5 times 16 is 80. And then we're going to subtract, oops, don't have enough room, subtract 61 from both sides. And do that mentally, x equals 19. So he needs to get 19 points in that 5th game. Remy buys a package of 6 hot dogs for a cost of $4.50. What is the cost per hot dog? Okay. So if we want the cost per something, we always divide by whatever comes after this per hot dog. So it means we got 6 hot dogs and we need to divide by 6. So it's literally just $4.50 divided by 6 equals, let's do the calculator, 75 cents. And that's it. That makes sense to me. All right, next, John is a lamp salesman. He earned commissions of 24, 28, 21, 30. He has sold this week. If he sells one more this week, how much commission must he earn to average on each lamp, I guess, to earn an average of 25? So again, we're talking about a mean question. So we want to say, all right, we're adding these up, right? 21 plus 30 plus one more, which we don't know. How much does it cost? Or what is the commission that he must get on that last one? And the average of 5, we divided by 5 to get a commission of 25. So again, to take the mean of something, we add up all the values, divide by the number of values there are, and there we go. Let's see if we can do that. I'll just do it. 24 plus 28 plus 21 plus 30 equals 103. So we got 103 plus x over 5 equals 25. Let's multiply both sides by 5. These cancel out, and I get 103 plus x equals 125. And then I'm going to subtract 103 from both sides. And I get x equals 22. $22. That's what his commission needs to be to get that average. Next, Jennifer purchased a video game console plus an assortment of games for the console for a total cost of $700. The total cost of the console by itself was $280. If games for the console cost $20 a piece, how many games did she purchase? I mean, we could make an equation, but look, at the end of the day, she spent $700, and we don't care about the cost so much of the console. We need to remove it from this total. So they already told us the console is $280. So we subtract it, and we get $420. You can use a calculator if you want. So now we know that the games cost $420, and we know that each game costs $20 a piece. How many games did we purchase? We just take this $420 and say, all right, well, each game costs $20. Let's just divide it by 20. And we can do that mentally. It's 21. 21 times 20 is 420. Let's just make sure. All right, cool. That's the nice thing about the ACT. You got the calculator for everything. So it's nice. That part's nice. A box of 36 candles costs $27. At that price per candle, how much would 5 candles cost? Again, I like to set up a proportion. 36 candles cost $27. How much would 5 candles cost? We don't know the cost of it, but we know we got 5 candles. Boom, proportion set up. And before I do this, I'm going to actually divide top and bottom by 9, make it a lot easier for the numbers. That would be 4. 27 divided by 9 is 3. Now we cross multiply, and I get 4x equals 15. Divide both sides by 4. And each candle costs $3.75. All right, Triangle Construction pays Square Insurance $5,980 to insure a construction site for 92 days. To extend the insurance beyond the 92 days, it costs $97 per day. At the end of this period, if Triangle extends the insurance by 1 day, wait, 292 to extend beyond 92, 1 day, how much more does Triangle pay for that day than it paid for per day during the first period of time? So basically, again, we want to know this. We already know that this figure is 97 afterwards, and we want to know how much more this is than what they're paying here per day. But what are they paying here per day? Again, look at the word per. And if you're saying per something, whatever comes after the per, you're dividing by that. So we're taking 5,980 and dividing it by 92. 5,980 divided by 92 days, and we get $65. So they were paying $65 per day, and now they're paying 97. So how much more? And it's going to be an additional 32. Andrea joined a movie club in which members can purchase movies for $12 each after paying the lifetime membership fee. $12. Purchase movie for $12 each after paying including the fee. Her average cost per movie has been $16. So Andrea purchased. I think this is like a nice average problem. If Andrea purchased 24 movies, so she did 24 times 12, right? Because it's $12 each, plus some known lifetime membership fee. And the average of these costs 16, and we're taking the average of 24 movies, okay? And now I got my equation. I'm saying the average cost it's 24 times 12. That's what she's paying per movie, plus some lifetime fee. And then we divide everything by 24. Cost per each one of those movies, we should get 16. Now I have my equation. So we do 24 times 12, which is 288 plus x over 24 equals 16. Multiply both sides by, 24. 288 plus x equals, 16 times 24 is 384. Subtract 288, subtract 288. And we get, I believe it's 96, but let's double check. All right, $96. Done. Excellent. All right, numero 11. Farmer A sells 30 pounds of tomatoes for $27.60. Farmer B sells the same kind of tomato at a price of $45 for $50. Which farmer's price per pound is more expensive? Okay. So again, we want the price per pound. Right? Is that what it said? Yeah, price per pound. So we're taking the price and we're dividing it by the pounds. So A is $27.60 divided by 30. 27. Which is 92 cents. And B is $45 divided by 50. 45 divided by 50 is 0.90. All right, A is more expensive, and it's 92 cents per pound. That's it. 12, Risha purchases 39 identical leather-bound notebooks for a total cost of $273. She then sells one of the notebooks for $13. If Risha so she purchases 39 for a total cost of that. Sells one for 13. If Risha allocates the total cost equally across all the notebooks, what is her profit? So first of all, I think we can just do this like this. Wait, hold on. Oh yeah. So we're gonna get let's get the cost per notebook. So 273 divided by 39. 270 divided by 39. So it's cost per notebook. So then she paid $7 per notebook. She sold this one for 13. 13 minus 7 is, of course, 6. So she had a profit, meaning the money she made minus the cost of $6. 13. On 50 points quizzes, Samuel's earned the following scores: 35, 42, 48, blah, blah. What score must he get on the 6th one to earn an average of 41 out of 50? All right, check this out. 35, same deal with the mean equation. Add them up. 35 plus 42 plus 48 plus 37 plus 38, plus some x, That's our 6th score. And then we take the average divided by 6, and we want an average of 41. It doesn't matter that it's out of 50. Who cares? We don't have to calculate a percentage or anything. Keep it simple. Let's add these guys. 35 plus 48. 7 plus, oh, nice. X plus 200 over 6 equals 41. Multiply both sides by 6. And I get X plus 200 equals 246. Subtract 200. And I get X equals, he needs to get a 46 on that last one. Hey, Shrey, what's up? I was just checking in the comments. It's amazing to hear your score went up 2 points in one day. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm kind of looking at these Manhattan Prep books for the first time with you guys. So far, I think they're good. We'll have to see as I kind of keep going through it. But it's a top seller. I know it commercially they do well, which is why I purchased it. It's a popular book, but so far I like these. They feel like authentic questions. Andrew purchased 5 rakes for a leaf cleaning project at a total cost of $95. Melanie also purchased rakes, buying 4 rakes for a total cost of $80. Which person spent less money per rake? So again, we want the cost per rake. So for Andrew, it's 95 divided by 5, which is 19. 19 per rake. For Melanie, it's 80 divided by 4, which is 20. So Andrew spent less by $1 per rake. He spent $1 less. All right. Next 15. Janice participates in a 5-game bowling tournament. If she scores 180 in each of the first 3 games and scores 200 in the last 2 games, what is her average? So she's gotten 180 in the first 3 games plus 2 games at 200. And how many total games is that? That's 5. So make sure you divide by 5, not 2 or something like that. I don't know. And then we don't know what the average is because that's what we're trying to find, and we got our equation. So 3 times this is 540 plus 2 times 200, which is 400 over 5 equals 940 divided by 5. Here's a shortcut if you want to divide by 5 mentally and fast. Divide by 10 and then double the answer. So it'd be 94 times 2, which is 188. And we can confirm that for my own sake, just to be sure and to prove to you that it works. 188. There you go. Next, the only 3 people in a rowboat weigh 105 pounds, 122, 123. A lot of averages in this stuff. If the average weight in the boat is to be no more than 125, no more than 1, so it can be 125. What is the maximum weight? So yes, it's technically an inequality, but we don't need to phrase it as such because they want the max weight right at 125. So again, we're taking the average 105, 122, 133 of some 4th person. Take the average, divide by 4, and it must be no more than 125. So let's get the max weight where it equals 125. So now we add these 1 plus 122 plus 133 equals 360 plus x over 4 equals 125. Multiply both sides by 4. And I get 360 plus x equals 500. Subtract 360. X equals 140. Boom. Must get a 140. All right, we've got 3 problems left. At a supermarket, apples cost 85 cents each unless 12 or more are purchased, in which case the cost per apple for all apples is 70 cents. Okay, Morgan recently purchased 17 apples from the supermarket, was incorrectly charged 85 cents per apple. So she did 17 times 85 cents. And how much is she owed? Well, she should have only paid 17 times 70 cents. So we basically take the difference of these two. 17 times 85 equals 1445. That's how much he paid. And then 17 times 0.7 is $11.90. That's how much he should have paid. So the refund, now we just subtract it. 14 minus 9 is 5. And then 3 minus 1 is 2. She is owed $2.55. In thermodynamics, the efficiency of a combustion engine is calculated by dividing the useful work the engine performs by the boat absorbed by the engine from burning the fuel and then converting to a percentage. Okay. Dividing useful work by the heat absorbed by the engine. Okay. If an engine performs 453 of useful work while absorbing 715, what's the efficiency? And they want this as a percentage. Now look, you can use the percent proportion if you want. So watch what we can do here, and we could cross multiply and do all that. But the simplest thing, in my opinion, is just take this fraction and put it in your calculator as a division.